Many people believe that serious health issues always announce themselves with dramatic symptoms, sharp pain, a sudden collapse, or a rushed hospital visit. But that's not always the case. In fact, some of the most dangerous conditions slip in unnoticed, hiding behind everyday aches, mild discomforts, or the slow changes we blame on aging. That's exactly what makes them so risky. In today's video, we're diving into 5 silent warning signs your body might already be sending, signals that are easy to dismiss, but that wise older adults know to pay attention to. These aren't screaming emergencies, but they are subtle clues doctors say you should never ignore. If you've felt off lately, or if something just doesn't sit right within you, this could be your wake-up call. You don't need to wait for a crisis to start protecting your health. Being aware of what not to brush off can be the key to adding years to your life. So let's begin, starting with sign number 1. Sign 1, unexplained weight loss. Shedding pounds without trying might seem like a small victory, especially if you've been carrying extra weight, but after 60, unexpected weight loss is more often a warning than a win. If the scale drops and you haven't changed your diet or activity level, it could signal that something deeper is going on. Your body may be working overtime to fight off a hidden issue you haven't felt yet. Doctors point out that in older adults, unexplained weight loss is often linked to conditions like an overactive thyroid, digestive problems, or even early-stage cancers. The problem? It doesn't hurt. You might feel fine, even better. Clothes fit nicely, compliments roll in. But that's the danger. Behind that thinner frame, your body might be losing muscle, weakening your immunity, or reacting to a serious imbalance. Take David, a 74-year-old retired mail carrier. He lost 10 pounds in 3 months without trying. At first, he was happy about it, until fatigue hit, then a nagging cough. When he finally went to the doctor, tests revealed early lung cancer. Because he acted in time, it was treatable. That's the mental trap. Weight loss feels like progress, not a problem. But past a certain age, it's not something to celebrate without cause. If you've lost more than 5% of your weight over 6 to 12 months without explanation, your body is telling you something. Don't ignore it. There's always a reason. Sign 2, persistent fatigue. Everyone feels tired sometimes. It's just part of life. But there's a difference between being sleepy and being deeply exhausted in a way rest doesn't fix. This kind of fatigue lingers, and it's often your body's way of waving a quiet red flag. In older adults, this persistent tiredness is one of the most overlooked signs of a serious issue. And no, it's not just because you're aging or out of shape. This kind of fatigue isn't just about feeling sleepy. It's the type that turns everyday tasks, like brushing your hair or making toast, into exhausting chores. It could be your body's way of signaling something more serious, like anemia, diabetes, heart problems, depression, or a lingering infection. What makes it tricky is that many older adults assume it's just a normal part of aging. But aging doesn't mean you should feel drained all the time. There's a big difference between natural tiredness and the kind of fatigue that makes your limbs feel like concrete, clouds your thoughts, and dims your mood. When exhaustion starts interfering with your daily life, it's not just age. It's a warning sign. Consider Judy, a 68-year-old who loved gardening and daily walks with her dog. One spring, she started skipping walks, letting weeds grow, and blaming her sluggishness on age. Months later, she fainted in the kitchen. Doctors diagnosed her with congestive heart failure. That deep, quiet fatigue had been her only signal, and it had been speaking loud and clear. Chronic fatigue doesn't just affect your body, it also wears down your emotions. You start to withdraw, say no to plans, and spend more time alone. That isolation can feed the problem, leading to a cycle that affects both your health and spirit. If you're still with me, and these insights are hitting home, comment number 2 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, then turn on the bell for more videos that aim to inform and uplift. Now, let's move forward on to sign number 3. Sign 3, sudden weight loss without trying. There's a kind of weight loss that feels earned. Maybe you've been eating better, staying active, and you're happy to see the results. But then there's the kind that sneaks up on you. The weight you didn't mean to lose and only noticed when your pants started hanging loose or a friend said something. For older adults, unintentional weight loss is no small matter. If you've dropped more than 5% of your body weight over a few months without making changes to your routine, that's a red flag. Your body doesn't just lose pounds without a reason. It's often reacting to something, maybe a silent infection, a thyroid problem, diabetes, or even the early stages of cancer. Another possibility, your body might not be absorbing the nutrients it needs. Malabsorption becomes more common with age, and it doesn't always show up with obvious symptoms. You might just feel a little off, less hungry, more tired, but underneath, your body is missing the fuel it needs to stay strong. Take Harold, 74, sharp as ever and still active, but his belt needed new holes and his clothes were sagging. He figured it was just age catching up. At a routine exam, doctors found a hidden gastrointestinal tumor that had been disrupting nutrient absorption for over a year. His body was slowly fading while he was going through the motions of everyday life. Mentally, this kind of weight loss can also carry. The danger with this kind of weight loss is what it leads to muscle breakdown, frailty, and a greater risk of falls or hospital visits. Left unchecked, that slow decline can affect every part of your life. But the good news, it's often preventable if caught early. So if your clothes are suddenly looser, your appetite is fading, or friends are saying you look thinner, don't dismiss it. That's your body sending out a flare, asking for your attention. Stop, listen. Now let's move on to sign 4. Sign 4, chest discomfort that comes and goes. When people think of chest pain, they imagine something intense, a crushing feeling, a dramatic collapse. But heart issues aren't always that loud. In fact, some of the most dangerous ones whisper instead of shout. It might be a slight pressure that shows up during a walk to the mailbox, or a burning feeling in your chest you assume is heartburn. Maybe it's a weird ache in your shoulder or jaw that just seems off. Here's the key: in older adults, especially women over 65, heart problems often appear in disguised ways. Instead of pain, you might feel fatigue, nausea, or shortness of breath. That's why so many heart issues go unnoticed until it's too late. Take Margaret, for example. She was 68, active, into yoga, loved her garden. She started feeling a tightness in her chest while pulling weeds, but figured it was sore muscles. Her daughter pushed her to see a doctor, and tests revealed major artery blockages. Her heart had been whispering for months, and she'd missed the message. The truth is, we often avoid facing symptoms like these. Fear makes us minimize what we feel. We tell ourselves it's probably nothing. But every time we ignore subtle signs, we increase the chances of a crisis that could have been avoided. So here's your reminder. Don't just pay attention to pain. Watch for patterns. Pressure during mild activity, unexplained fatigue, odd upper body sensations. Those could be your heart speaking in a low voice. Listen, if you're still with us and finding value in this video, comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Tap the bell so you never miss a message that could protect your health. Let's keep going. Sign 5. Sign 5, slow healing wounds or random bruises. Sometimes your body doesn't speak with sharp pain or dizziness. It speaks through what you see in the mirror, a bruise you can't explain, a small cut that lingers for weeks, a wound that reopens again and again. These signs might seem like nothing, but they can reveal a deeper problem. When healing slows down, it's often your circulation waving a flag, your lower legs, feet, or hands. It could mean your blood isn't delivering nutrients where they're needed, or that your immune system is slowing down. In some cases, it signals undiagnosed diabetes. In others, it may point to vascular disease or declining kidney function. Either way, it means something deeper is going on. Your body is struggling with tasks it once handled easily. Let me tell you about Donald, age 73. He started noticing small scrapes on his arms from yard work that just wouldn't heal. His skin bruised easily, and those purple marks stuck around for weeks. It wasn't until a neighbor mentioned a similar issue that he decided to see a doctor. The tests revealed reduced kidney function, which was interfering with blood clotting and toxin filtration. Those bruises weren't accidents, they were warnings. Many seniors dismiss slow healing as just getting older, but wise individuals ask, why? Why is this cut still open? Why am I bruising without remembering an injury? Why are these marks not fading? Your skin is your largest organ, and it often shows early clues about what's going wrong inside. If healing on the outside is slow, chances are recovery inside your body is too. That's not a moment to wait and watch, it's a moment to act. Bring it up with your doctor. Every time your body changes, don't dismiss it, observe it, because paying attention might be what protects your life. Final thoughts. Often, the danger isn't in sharp pain or dramatic symptoms. It's in the quiet shifts, fatigue that won't go away, numbness that spreads, changes in appetite, bruising, or wounds that linger. They seem small at first, easy to brush off, but over time they add up. These aren't just quirks of aging. They're messages from your body urging you to pay attention. The goal of this video isn't to create fear, it's to build awareness. Wise older adults don't panic over every new sensation, but they also don't ignore them. They stop, they reflect, and when something feels wrong, they take action. Your body has carried you through decades. It knows how to speak to you. And when you listen early, you give yourself a greater chance of living fully and independently for years to come. So don't wait for a health crisis to force your attention. Notice the quiet changes, trust your instincts, speak up, even about the small stuff, because sometimes that's all it takes to change everything. Thank you for spending time with us today. If something in this video stood out to you, drop a comment below and share what you learned and how you'll apply it in your own life. We read every message, and your words encourage us to keep going. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep making content to educate and uplift. Thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.